hand over these feeding utensils officially to Delta State.
Sadia Umar Farouk, represented by Mr. Emmanuel Deco, said the National Homegrown School Feeding Program remained one of the 4 key interventions of the federal government under the National Social Investment Program (NSIP), which seeks to boost school enrollment, nutrition, and local economic activities across thousands of communities in the country. Umar Farouk said the program had over 9 million pupils being fed by over 100,000 cooks, thereby creating employment within the school feeding ecosystem in sectors of transportation and manufacturing, adding that the provision of the utensils would ensure the meals consumed by the target pupils are safe and hygienic.
Today we are pleased to inform you that we have commenced deployment of interventions within the National Homegrown Feeding Program that will help resolve the identified gaps, including a national enumeration exercise with the objective of verifying of existing data, upgrading the quality of data, and updating our records to accommodate scaling up of the program with additional 5 million beneficiaries as directed by Mr. President.
Receiving the utensils, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, Mr. Chuks Nwani, commended the federal government for its programs under the NSIP, adding that Governor Fanyokowa had been involved in implementing the various NSIPs in the state to lift Deltans above the poverty line. Mr. Nwani said the state government had created the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development to generate data and create register targeting citizens who are yet to benefit from social intervention programs, adding that the ministry supports the national intervention programs to ensure the success of all federal government poverty alleviation programs. He disclosed that Delta State had over 280,000 pupils and over 2,500 cooks in 190 schools across the state.
With the establishment of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development at the federal level earlier on, the state, led by His Excellency Senator Dr. Fanyokowa, took the step to also create the State Directorate for Humanitarian and Community Support Services. The government is interested in lifting its citizens off the poverty level, leaving no one behind in line with the cardinal principles of Sustainable Development Goals.
The Director, Community Support Services, Mrs. Tekla Agama, the Program Manager, Mr. Terso Adera, one of the secretaries from the local government, Mr. Sam Chukuji, a representative of the cooks, Mrs. Florence Abanum, the headmistress of Uzoigwe Primary School, Mrs. Chukura, and a primary school pupil, Peace Ezekiel, expressed satisfaction with the program and appealed for its upward review.
The state governor, Senator Fanyokowa, was very supportive. He set up committees in the various local government areas, effectively coordinated by the secretaries in those local government areas. And he was also giving some logistics to ensure that the program was properly managed and supervised.
It's part of the governor's Smart Agenda program. He's relentless in the execution of his programs. So I'm very certain with the governor's support, we'll get our best out of it.
This feeding program, it helps us, the HMs, a lot because it increased the number of children in the schools.
I'm here on behalf of the learners of this school to say thank you to the federal government of Nigeria, in extension to the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. We say thank you for feeding us, the children, to be strong and physically healthy to carry on learning activities.
The National Homegrown School Feeding Program, designed to address poverty in all its forms, is a collaboration between the federal and state governments, where the federal government is responsible for funding, provision of guidelines, policies, and monitoring, while the states carry out the day-to-day implementation, including procurement of food items, selection of cooks and vendors who prepare, cook, and serve the meals to the pupils. Eunice Emeyazia reporting.